Hey guys, how's it going? I know it's been a while, so yeah, I've been away a good long while, so I, I just wanted to make this video, do a little something different. I'll be back for now. Uh, I've got some other content, just haven't gotten around to uploading it. Life's busy. But yeah, so this is what you are seeing now is just a benchmark in Quake Champions with my system. You guys probably already know I run a 9900K at 5 gigahertz with my 1080 Ti, and like this is just a benchmark that I came across. As a lot of you guys know, like I left Ukraine and I went to Poland earlier this year because of the whole situation. And yeah, so in doing so, got more and more involved in the Polish Quake community, which is actually very big. To my surprise, I had no idea how big it was, and I met some great guys out here. I went to an event in this in the city located in the center of Poland called Łódź. If you look at the spelling, you would and you see how it's spelled, you'd think it's called Lodz, but it's actually pronounced Łódź. And we had a really cool Quake event out there. I went out there with Floey, nice guy, great guy. He drove out there, and we had a great time and got to meet so many people involved in the Polish Quake community. But anyway, so what you're seeing is a benchmark that they came up with, where it's just a couple maps, Awoken and Corrupted Keep, and you do this benchmark with the lighting on high, the other settings on low. You add these three bots: Slash for her trail, Death Knight for the fire, and Eisen. And you just run the benchmark on you set the bots to like a hard level, and then you just run the benchmark for 5 minutes on each map and just measure your frame rates. And yeah, I was like, I just thought this was cool because uh, I came from Quake 3, and Quake 3 had that benchmark mode. But Quake Champions, I never, there was never one for Quake Champions. I was like, man, that's too bad, because you can really, turn up the settings. And like, even to this, I know Quake Champions is like a 5-year-old game now, but you can really turn up those settings and like stress test your PC. It's too bad that they never like just added a little benchmark mode. But so yeah, that's why I'm doing this. That's why I did this test, because I always just like wondered how my system compares to other people's systems that have similar specs. Um, so yeah, anyway, that's kind of what this is about. You can see like how my system's running here. I was so Something that might be a little deceiving is that as you can see, like the GPU usage is at like nine. It's fluctuating between the low and high 90s. So that I can't speak to the accuracy of that, because the thing is with my 1080 Ti is it has this issue, and this is like a 1080 Ti issue only, where that it if you're in a CPU bound scenario, the GPU will not boost to GPU 3. It'll stay like at 1500 megahertz. That's GPU 1, and then like if it's kind of being pushed, it'll boost to GPU 2, which is around 1700. But what you want it what you want it at in CPU bound scenarios is GPU 3. And like pretty much all GPUs will boost to their, like pretty high boost clock setting, but 1080 Ti's won't. And so what I have to do is I have to go in. Whenever I play Quake, I have to use MSI Afterburner to lock it at GPU 3. Because what happens is that if my 1080 Ti does not boost to GPU 3, there will be input lag. Like if it only stays at boost 1 or boost 2 levels, and it doesn't get up to like 1950 megahertz, there will be input lag. So maybe you're a 1080 Ti user. I have the Asus OC model. Make sure that if you're playing Quake Champions, that your 1080 Ti is boosting to GPU 3, or it will add input lag. And so yeah, that's why you see that my GPU is in like such heavy usage, like 98% here, running at 68 degrees Celsius. So like the fans are at 100% in the case when I was recording this. Yeah, kind of lame actually. I only came across that like recently about the 1080 Ti, that it has this problem boosting, um, or that the lack of the boosting adds the input lag. So yeah, CPU usage. Obviously, you can see that it's, well, the map just ended, but okay, we're gonna go into corrupted keep now and do the benchmark there. I'll post my stats below, and I'll post a Google Translate also, about the Quake benchmark if you guys want to benchmark your machines, and you can do this benchmark too. So I'll put the instructions in the description below along with my results. So yeah, when we get into corrupted keep, you'll see the CPU usage go up. I have a 360 radiator all-in-one liquid cooler. It's by Deep Castle EX 360, something like that. But yeah, it's great. It keeps my 9900K pretty cool. Doesn't usually go too far above 70 when it's maxed out. And the RAM that I'm running is, I got 32 gigabits of 3200 CL14 rammed that I have overclocked to 3600 at CL14. It's pretty good BDI because it doesn't really have crashing problems. I was having some crashing problems initially, but I just had to put a few hours into really tweaking my RAM and like stress testing it, but it's stable now at 3600 CL14 with some tweaked timings. So yeah, anyway, hopefully my CPU doesn't go above 70 degrees Celsius, because I don't like it when it gets that hot. But yeah, when I play Quake Champions now, like I have to use this MSI Afterburner to make sure it boosts to GPU 3, or else I get this input lag. And apparently it's just like an issue with 1080 Ti. Anyway, yeah, I mean, like as far as, lack of content on the channel, lack of updates, to be honest, I have been playing Quake, but I'm just like getting a little burned out on it. Obviously, QPL, it's been out of action for a few months now. Hopefully it'll be back in 2023. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. There's going to be a new map, hopefully, I don't know, maybe next week or in the next couple of weeks. Crucible. I went on Quake Champions, the test server, and ran around in there, and I don't know, it looks interesting. Definitely, it's definitely a death knight map because there's a lot of lava everywhere, and yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm just kind of burned out on Quake at the moment, and I haven't been playing a whole lot. To be honest, I kind of, my interest in Cyberpunk got a little renewed recently, just because I watched, I saw like the trailer for the new expansion that's coming. I didn't know anything about Cyberpunk before I played it. A lot of people were hyped up about it for years and years, and were very upset with the final product on release. They've patched the hell out of it since it was released, and it's like, it's more refined now. But I didn't have any of those expectations going in, so it was like a game that I picked up and I played just because I think I was also going through a spout of burnout in Quake Champions at the time, and I ended up really enjoying it. So anyway, yeah, I've kind of like renewed my interest in Cyberpunk because the expansion's coming, and I'm looking to actually upgrade my GPU now. So I haven't decided what I'm gonna get. I was really thinking I'd get a nice used 3080 at a nice discount, but I'm waiting because DLSS 3 is only available on the 4000 series GPUs, and if I want to play Cyberpunk at super high settings, Maybe I even buy a new monitor, like a 1440p or a 4K monitor. Yeah, you're gonna need the DLSS 3 with a 4000 series card so that you can get the frame generation and like really have a premium gaming experience when you turn up the graphics. Um, Not planning on buying a new processor, motherboard, RAM. Only thinking about upgrading my GPU. I think 9900K is not bare minimum, but I think it's still enough to get, you know, like have a nice smooth playing experience in Cyberpunk if the GPU is up to par. So yeah, at the moment, I'm kind of like being patient and getting hyped about these new GPUs that are coming. I think the embargo on the new Radeon GPUs should run out, I think, in the next few days. So we're going to see a lot of reviews about the new Radeon GPUs that are supposed to be big competitors with the 4080 because they are smaller, they consume less power, and the performance is supposed to be about the same. Oh, and they're $200, $300 cheaper than a 4080. So yeah, you know, Nvidia announced that price cut on the 4080, and then in January, so about a month from now, we're gonna see what their release is for the 4070 model, or whatever it is, that 12 gigabit 4080 that they scrapped because it was ridiculous. But yeah, like that's where I'm at, and I just thought this benchmark was really cool. I'll post the results below, and see you guys.